So should you do a film festival run in 2025? Let's break it down. The film festival circuit basically comes from the old mindset of filmmakers of basically make a short, make a low budget feature, get it off into a whole bunch of film festivals and basically get discovered, get an agent, get a rep, get distribution for your movie, and your career will take off. I think this worked basically before COVID, back in the olden days. I think now with the streaming models, things are a little bit different. So I kind of always get asked by a lot of filmmakers, is it worth it in 2025 to basically make a film festival run? So let's break it down with my experience. Again, we make horror films, very low budget horror films, so our experience might be a little bit different than, others. But again, this is coming from my experience with the film festival circuits and, my advice that I give to you. So, should you do a film festival run in 2025? 99.9% of people, I would say no. I think that there is a better way to get your movie distributed, to basically get it out to platforms, to get it out to your fans, to get it out to your target audience. That being said, if you have a very, very, very good movie, I think that it is worth it to do a film festival run. There are some really good festivals. If you can get into a top 10, festival, there are bigger opportunities out there. There are agents out there. There are sales reps out there. There are distribution that will take a look at your film. And if it is really, really good, it can open a lot of doors. The problem is that if you're making a movie for under $1 million, the odds of you having a really, really, really good movie, a movie that would go into one of these top 10 festivals, is 1 in a million. It's almost a lottery ticket. So I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I'm just saying your odds are very, very stacked against you. I think a lot of filmmakers think that they have something really, really, really good, but they really don't, because they just don't have experience. They haven't seen a lot of other indie stuff out there. Don't have a lot of experience going to these festivals and seeing really what their competition is. If you think you have a really good movie, what you do is go on Film Freeway and basically try and submit to one of these festivals. Find a top 10 festival. Submit to one. If it gets in, then you can use that momentum to basically vault your festival run and continue that momentum. The truth is, on a lot of these festivals, these movies that are entering the festivals already have sales reps. They have packages that include inclusion in these film festivals. There's a lot of pay-to-play stuff in there. And you're up against now $1 million budget movies. If you look at a lot of these top 10 festivals and pretty much a lot of film festivals, a lot of the budgets on these are in the millions of dollars. They're not indie stuff. They're not under $100,000. Some of them will have some smaller stuff in there if it's really, really good. But for the most part, you're still competing against very large budget movies. So you have to keep that in mind. But if you don't get in, then maybe your film is not up to the quality, up to the caliber of getting to these festivals. The good news is that's absolutely fine. And in the long run, it's probably saving you a lot of time and a lot of money if you just go straight to the distribution companies. And this is our model right now. Here at DBS, we do film festivals. Most of them are just local. Just as a reward to the cast and crew, it's really, really cool to see your movie on, the big screen. And we use it as a way of just to get everyone together. We have a really good time. We have a really good weekend. We all catch up. And then, the cherry on top is if we win any kind of awards or, we get nominated for anything. But before this even starts, we have these movies sold. We have distribution for them already. And the way we do this is I have a list of about 70 distribution companies. I am talking to new distribution companies all the time. I'm talking to old distribution companies. We are talking to sales reps. We are talking to streamers. I am basically looking for whatever they're looking for. So the movies that we're going to make next year are, basically where the market is heading. And this is what I would recommend for a lot of filmmakers. The old model used to include going to film festivals because you couldn't really direct submit to distribution companies. You would have to go to film festivals. They use the film festivals as that quality control. Distribution companies would go there, they pick up the movie, and then, they pick it up for distribution. Once COVID happened, basically that ended. Distribution companies now have upload links. You can go on a lot of their websites. You can find their contact on IMDb Pro, send them a screener, send them a trailer, send them a one-page sales sheet, and they will reply back to you. And we do this. We have 70, 80, maybe even 90 distribution contacts now. Some of them, I've had a lot of conversations with. Some of them has just been through email. They've only rejected my stuff, but they will respond. Distribution wants content. They want really good content, and you can easily just send it to them and skip this whole film festival thing, because again, a true film festival circuit run is going to take 18 months just to get distribution. Then you're probably going to take another 6 months to pass quality control and get on streamers. Your movie, you may not get a check for 2 to 3 years if you do a film festival circuit. With us, if I send it there, we can get the thing on a platform within 3 or 4 months after, it's completed, and the checks start rolling in 6 months later. The cash flow is much, much better. I send a screener, I send a trailer, I send the one sheet to all these distribution companies. They reply back, they send their contracts, I bid them against each other, and then we figure out which one is the best fit for us, the contract's the best home for the movie, and we go from there. So to wrap it up, do I think film festivals work in 2025? I think if you have a really good film, if you have a name actor in there, if you think it's really, really good, if you spent a good amount of money on it, I say go for it. Take a shot at the film festivals, because if you do get some momentum going, your ceiling's going to be much higher. You can get a lot of contacts in there. You can get a lot of contacts that may help you with just this movie, but also movies in the future. But if, you think you have something that is really good, but just not festival material, or you kind of got rejected by, the bigger festivals, then I would say go straight to distribution. Save yourself some time, save yourself some money. Get that cash so you can make the next movie and, kind of further your career that way. With each movie, we get a lot better. And a lot of the problems that I see with filmmakers is just it takes too long for them to basically get one movie done and then move on to the next one. So there are benefits of 2025. I love film festivals. They're absolutely fantastic and fun to go to. But for your business model, it might be better just to go straight to the source, straight to distribution.